So Simon, we keep talking about data this and compute that and manage this and everything else. What exactly is in our value proposition?
I think firstly, Chief, I'm not going to take you sitting down. So, yeah, in terms of the creation of the iOCO brand, and I think the over 400 iOCONs that were, part of shaping it, it's been an immense journey, I think, to give birth to the brand for our leadership team, to make those calls to say, we've got this EOH thing, we've created this idea of an iOCO brand that we're here today, awakening, igniting. It's been a long journey, but for us, it was never just about creating a new name. It was never about running away and creating a new label for something. It was always about something far deeper. It was about taking this idea of great technology and amazing people, our incredibles, and putting them together in a new way to serve our clients, to serve their clients, and to serve overall humanity. And that's really what our brand stands for, is empowering business and society through people and technology. But it was never just going to be about the name or the purpose. It was also going to be about dealing with legacy of the past. As you all know, EOH was an organization that acquired all these companies that Marius was talking about, over 270 of them. And we had an incredible time, like visiting a client to sell them some Dell hardware and being told, but hey, wasn't there another guy from EOH here last week trying to sell me the same thing, maybe with a different label on it? And I think these are stories you've all heard before, is complicated engagement, duplication. He's throwing his toys out the cot here. Duplication and engagement with clients in a way that, frankly, at times with all our brands, just confused them. And so iOCO has been very much about the coming together of our organization that were many scattered and fragmented ideas and identities into one, something we've all dreamt of for a long time. It isn't going to happen overnight. It's a journey, and it's not something that we can just switch over to with a flip of a switch. But we made a massive, bold move as a team, and I mean everyone in this world, to embrace the idea of moving forward as iOCO, an integrated technology services company. But a big part of this was also about how we as a team organize ourselves to deliver in clients. So this coming together, how do we, that were scattered about, fly information for our customers and bring them organized, meaningful offerings that truly solve their business problems? So no longer a product push, no longer kind of go to bang a solution down, to bang an idea that is one product down a customer's throat, but rather coming together to say, in this complex world, what's your real challenge? What is your reality? What are the assets that you have from the past that you still have to look after? What are the new, innovative, dynamic, disruptive, EXO things disruptive, exponential things that you want to do in your business? And how can we, really as your journey partner, come by you side by side and work solutions that bring about real competitive advantage for your business? And we worked out as a team, the best way to do this was to organize ourselves in much clearer clusters. We couldn't just be soup on the one hand, like a soup of brands, but by the same token, we couldn't just be one big amorphous mass that kind of took a problem in the one end and spat a solution out the other. And so the logic was, and the core to the value proposition was really putting the business together in a way that we could group apps. Every company in the world today has become a software company. 10 years ago, we used to speak about the Dells, the IBMs, the HPs, these big technology giants that were all about hardware. Today, we talk about the Googles, the Airbnbs, the Facebooks. Every company in the world that wants to compete has to become a software company. And so we took the best of all our app businesses, we put them together in a cluster and created something that's really amazing if you look at what it can deliver for clients and the team is going to talk to you a little bit more about that. But already we're seeing the fruit, not only in our enterprise applications world, not only in our new open digital integrator that replaced that old thing, not a Microsoft partner, but by putting ODI and enterprise apps together as a true systems integrator, the things we can do for clients in the app world, enabling their functional solutions in business, are truly incredible. We all know that data is at the center of the digital revolution. We see it every day in our lives. Apps telling us when to leave for our next meeting, because and in many, many ways, we can go on and on about data, but data is powering the digital revolution. And so what we made a decision to do is to take all those little bits that we're doing data engineering across our business, to put them together in one powerhouse package that could say, if a client is about talking to us about any individual challenge around data, we can truly bring them the best solution from our iOCO Lego box. And finally, all of this has to run on a platform, and so we put I beg your pardon, not finally. So we put compute and platforms at the base of our value proposition to say, how do we help our customers navigate this journey from being in on-prem data centers, maybe to things that will have to be on-prem for a long, long time, all the way to journeys into the cloud. Cloud on-premise and cloud actually with the hyperscalers that enter our market in the foreseeable and near future. And true to our heritage, EOH, Enterprise Outsource Holdings, that little triangle that Asher's daughter drew and pasted on his wall as the company was formed, was always about outsourcing. And true to that heritage, we've acknowledged that in this world, our clients are wanting to consume IT as a service. It's becoming about function as a service. It's enable my business. Don't give me a server. Don't give me an operating system. Don't give me a database. Don't give me an application. I really want you to enable my business as a service. And a big bit of manage and operate is how we bring the whole thing together to enable our clients' businesses, but on an ongoing manage and operate basis. And so that's the coming together of this value proposition as a cloud systems integrator, something that I'm truly proud to be associated with, something that I think is a cut above anything that the market has to offer. I think all our competitors are either the Bains of this world that want to help you come up with a big highfalutin strategy, or they're let me mention a few more while I'm here. The data-centrics of this world that have narrow offerings, the datas that will talk to you a lot about networks or maybe a specific set of applications. iOCO is genuinely the fullest Lego box you could possibly ever hope to have in your cot, in your playpen. I think it's the stuff that building and making careers is made of. And as we move forward, Brian Harding and I spent some amazing time yesterday with Wilhelm Kricher and Andy Baker at ABSA, who many of you will know yesterday. It's just such a privilege to be in a room with a team of guys who are CIOs of one of South Africa's largest banks, and to know that we're genuinely equipped to solve any business challenge that they throw at us. This was CIOs talking to us about queues in bank branches and how iOCO can bring this Lego together to help them solve their challenges.
Wow. Thank you, Simon. That actually makes sense when you explain it that way, especially if you're going to rip into our competitors as well. So 2.5 months ago, we launched the brand, but we find ourselves still in this state of limbo. Who are we today? Are we EOH? Are we iOCO? Are we any other brand in this bowl of soup?
Can you maybe call security and have this guy removed?
We're just warming up. We're just warming up.
Really difficult questions, mate. So I think there's of one thing there can be no doubt is that everybody in this room, as of the date of the brand launch, is iOCO. We are iOCO to our clients. We're going through a transition. Our transition is a journey. Like I said, we can't flip the switch overnight. and we've thought long and hard. We've worked through some client preference. We've worked through things that are really working for the business. I mean, I took a little walk outside the room, and what was phenomenal, I started on the left-hand side, walked across, and I think by the time I got there, I'd heard like at least 10 different good news stories about the stuff we're doing. And I think to keep powering that, sometimes we have to be an Aptronics. We have to be a Cornerstone. And so we will continue to use those brands tactically and where we choose as we transition. But I think there is no doubt in the room or in any of the minds of our leadership that as a collective, we are at our clients as iOCO, where we were the tier 1 client, we're there as iOCO. We have to be there as iOCO. And from time to time, we may have a legal entity or a team of people that the client prefers to deal with, and we may choose to use that brand. But it's about commerciality, it's about business, and it's about making sure we win the business, whatever it takes in a good way.